Alright, we live. We thank Christ. Shalom Israel, the Abashim Shai Rakata, Holy Brothers, the Abashim Mayanatan, the Abashim Shai, Holy Sisters, Peace and Officer Matwa. Coming here live out of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, which started out of 1 West, 125th Street, out of New York, under commanding GEN.YAHANNA. Right now we have a school in Point Fortin, right? At the school location is number 1 Morris Street, Point Fortin. Any information you need on the school, which is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, out here in Point Fortin, you can call the number 479-8286. That is 479-8286. Right? Check us out, I.S.U.P.K Trinidad on all social media handles, which is I.S.U.P.K YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, maybe TikTok. Right? But tonight our TikTok feed is gone, right? Due to some technical difficulties. But of course, you can catch me on Officer Matwa or Matwa_1W on TikTok. Right? Any questions you have, you can shoot it to my TikTok inbox, or as you live going along, any questions you have, you can shoot it on Facebook or YouTube. If I miss it, definitely we'll take record and we will get the answer next week, or when the camp leader is taking the next class, you'll be able to bring these answers to your questions for you, right? Tonight we're going to go to the topic. The topic is the words of the Most High is pure, because of course our people still think in 2024 that this book is a white man book, right? Most of us still believe that the Bible belongs to white people. The Bible was written by a white man called King James, right? Most of us still believe that this Bible is not going to help our people in 2024 and beyond, or it's not going to help our people at all. But of course, the Bible is black history, right? The Bible is black history. The Bible is only for one particular people, which is black people, blacks, Hispanics, or Native Indians, right? Contrary to the Christian church say that the Bible belongs to all races, all nations on the face of the earth. That is not so. Of course, there's many things to learn in the Bible for black people, right? And once black people start to understand the Bible in the way that it should, in the way that they should, they're going to see change in the black community. They're going to see change within black people. They're going to see black people starting to unite together and becoming that people that the Lord called them to be. Right? Now the Christian church, they push that the Bible belongs to all races. Of course, again, that is not so. They teach the Bible wrong to black people, but of course, black people must understand the Lord put priests and prophets on the earth to give you the knowledge of the truth. But you have to recognize the knowledge of the truth that has been given to you through this Bible. Right? First, we'll go to the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 32, Babakosha. Right? Ecclesiasticus is in the Apocrypha. That is a part of the Bible that the Roman Catholic Church took out. Right? They took that out of the Bible so that you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, you will definitely not know who you are. You definitely will not know who our King Jesus Christ is. Jesus Christ, as we all know by now. Some of us may not know, but of course, in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we're going to bring you this truth, that Christ is a black man. Christ descends from the tribe of Judah. Most of us have to come to that understanding and that realization now. Christ is not a white man. Christ was never a white man. You understand? That image that you have in your house of Jesus Christ being white, that is the image of a homosexual. You understand? That is not the king of black people. That is not the king that we're supposed to be serving. Right? Give me the book of Ecclesiasticus, Babakosha, chapter 6 and verse 32.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6 and verse 32.
Go ahead.
My son,
go ahead.
If thou wilt.
Now, this is what you have to understand, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. The Bible is for you. You understand? And the Most High gave his prophets these words to give to you today, so that you can hear it, you can understand it, and you can give Most High his reverence, and also so you can change in becoming the person that the Most High wanted to be. Right? But there's rules of being a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man. There are rules that we need to follow. And there are things that we need to do as a people in order to see the change, in order to become in that right standing with the Most High. It's not just about singing and dancing as the Christian church give it. You understand? It's not just about singing and dancing. We, as a particular and peculiar people, we have things to do for the Most High. But coming into this knowledge of the truth that is given you through the priests and prophets in the I.S.U.P.K, you're going to understand this is something totally different from what you've seen for the past couple of years, from what you seen, what your parents saw, what your grandparents saw before them. Right? So when you have a read Bible question, the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 32.
The book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 32. My son,
well,
if thou wilt.
My son, if thou wilt. This is what the Most High is saying to you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. He's calling you my son, letting you know, so-called black man, that you are his possession. My son, if thou wilt. W-I-L-T. What does W-I-L-T means? Wilt, not will. The Lord is saying, if thou wilt. When you look up the meaning of the word wilt, of course, I haven't write here any book in this book here, but of course, anybody can look it up still to understand what is the meaning of the word wilt. Right? Looking up words is part of understanding the different context in the Bible. You understand? So it will become more clear to you. Right? So to wilt is to lose, to go, or from lack of water, to grow weak or fade. So now when you see, for example, like plants, you're giving your plants water and it seeds start to bend, that is being wilt. So now the Lord is using this as a metaphor to show you so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. If thou wilt, you understand where?
Thou shalt be taught.
Thou shalt be what?
Thou shalt be taught.
If thou wilt, if thou humble, if thou bring yourself to that position, that you don't know nothing so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, that you have to erase the things that you have learned from the Christian church, from religion, from the things that you see on TV. If thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. What are you going to be taught now? You are going to be taught the truth according to the Bible. You are going to be taught your culture. You are going to be taught your history. You are going to see the things that is of archaeological evidence to show you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, that this Bible belongs to you. You're going to see what your forefathers went through before time. You understand? And you're going to learn from their footsteps to know the things that you are supposed to do from the things that you are not supposed to do as a so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Because of course, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the Lord's chosen people. You understand? They are the ones chosen by God. But we have to understand that we are family. We have to understand that we are one people. But how could we understand this when we are not being covered by the right covering of the Most High? We cannot understand that. You understand? But again, the I.S.U.P.K is here. We are out here to North, Central, and South America to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who they really are. And that is the Lord's chosen people. You are part of the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel, so-called black man. Once you have ancestors that came off the transatlantic slave trade, you are that people. So the Lord is saying, so-called black man, if you will, if thou wilt, if you bring yourself to that position to be able to receive the words of the Most High, thou shalt be taught, because there are priests and prophets out there willing and able to teach you the truth according to the Bible, because the Lord has set them on this earth, and they have been bringing the truth about the Bible since 1969. And if you watch what the I.S.U.P.K is bringing out, what the Christian church is bringing out, you're going to understand the Christian church is not here to deliver blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people. They are not here to teach you the things that you are supposed to know. Go ahead, Officer Kobal.
Come. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught.
You're going to be taught. Christian prophets are here to teach you, so-called black man. Go ahead.
And if thou wilt apply thy mind.
And if you will apply thy mind, remove the things that you once knew. Remove the things that the Christian church put in your head. Remove the things that you see on TV. Remove the things that you think is right. If thou apply thy mind and start going into the Bible, start applying what the Bible says to do, well,
thou shalt be prudent.
Thou shalt be prudent. You understand? You are going to be seen as a man of wisdom. You are going to be seen as a man of understanding. You are going to be doing things, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, that is pleasing to the Most High. You are not going to go contrary to the scriptures. You are not going to go contrary to the things that your forefathers left for you. Because if you understand something, right, let me take it down a little bit and look at it as a will. If your parents have a will for you, right, and they say in order to get this will, you have to do this for you, you have to divide this with your brother, this with your sister, do this, do that, do it. In order for you to get that will, you're going to follow the instructions necessary to obtain that will. You understand? And this is what the Lord is preparing here for you, so-called black man. The Lord is showing you the way for you to come out of this system, come out of this world. You understand? And start renewing your mind. Go ahead, Observer.
Verse 33.
That's the end of verse 32.
That's the end of 32. Thou shalt be prudent.
Verse 33.
Verse 33. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding.
All right, now we can drop that. But if thou love to hear, you're going to receive understanding. It's time for us, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, to turn away from the things that we once knew. Turn away from the Christian church, turn away from the Muslim mosque. Give me Ephesians chapter 4, verse 4, Baruch we start at verse 4. Turn away from the Muslim mosque, turn away from the Christian church, turn away from the things that is not pleasing to the Most High. You understand? We as a people must understand there are rules and regulations that is written for us black people. Any institution you go into, you're going to see that rules. Any culture you're going to go into, you're going to see that rules. But in the culture of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian man, you have your rules. But the thing about it is we are not being taught the things that we as a people are supposed to do. When you look at all the things that happen up in Sealots, in John and in Mova, and all where black people is, and we keep saying the question, why black people in this condition? Why things are so hard? Why this, why that, why the other? It's because the wisdom of the Most High, the rules of the Lord, is not there. It was never there. You understand? You won't feel the Christian church is putting it there. No, they are not. You understand? But again, the I.S.U.P.K, we get to teach you the truth according to the Bible. Give me Ephesians chapter 4, Bible. Because as a people, this is what you must understand. You have to understand that you have to be taught. You have to bring yourself to that position like you know nothing. You understand? And start listening and learning your culture, your history, the things that your forefathers left for you. Go ahead.
Book of Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 4. There is one body.
There is what?
One body.
There is one body, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Contrary to the Christian church, we the I.S.U.P.K letting you know, under the Spirit of the Most High, there is one body, which is the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General YAHANNA. Not the Christian church, not the Muslim mosque, not the mandir, not the Buddhist house, or wherever the Chinese go. You understand? We're not under no religion. One body, the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General YAHANNA. I'm not talking about those fake Israelites that is seen on the streets neither. You understand? The Lord saying that there is one body. That one body is here. The I.S.U.P.K. You could find it. You understand? Go ahead.
And one spirit.
And one what?
And one spirit.
And there is one spirit, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. One spirit. That spirit is the spirit of warfare. Where you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian man coming into the knowledge of the Most High, you have to understand that you have to war. You have to go to war. You understand? Because you'll be coming outside. Some people might be smoking. They have to go to war with that. They have to fight against that. Fight against drinking. Fight against whatever it is that you're going to, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You have to keep fighting the spirit of warfare until you turn that priest and prophet of the Most High. You understand? That the Lord called it to be. Go ahead.
Even as ye are called in one hope of your calling.
Even as you are called in one hope of your calling. You understand? That one hope is the truth. You have nothing else for you out there, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. I don't care what it is. You understand? What it have for you is the truth. And the truth can only be found in the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General YAHANNA. Again, at our school in Point 14, you understand, we have a camp leader officer, Sawapia Allah. The school could be found in light pole number 1, Norris Street, Point 14. Any questions, shoot up your questions on the Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You understand? Catch me on Matquayak_1W. Tonight, drop your questions, get your questions answered. If you can get them catch tonight, of course. You can leave them in the inbox and we get them to you, right? So there's one hope, which is the truth, and this is what the Lord has to give us, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Go ahead, Officer Ika.
Verse 5. One Lord.
I feel I'm missing something.
The book of Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 4.
No.
It's one body.
Yeah, one. Go ahead.
And one spirit.
So one body, I.S.U.P.K, one spirit, spiritual warfare, because they have to change so-called black man. Coming into the truth, they have to drop off some things that we once learned when we was in the world. Go ahead.
Even as ye are called in one hope of your calling.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. One Lord.
One who?
One Lord.
We have one Lord. Not your Shiva, not your Uwa, and all these other gods. The Most High name is Yahweh. One God for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian man. You understand? Go ahead.
One faith.
One what?
One faith.
One faith, which means one doctrine. Not multiple different things. Like the Christian church, some married and gays, some are married and gays, some saying I'm homosexual. I want to use that word because I think I might get cut off. You understand? But that alternative lifestyle, churches agreeing with that now, but the Lord saying no, we can't do that. You understand? We have one faith, one doctrine. Go ahead.
One baptism.
One who?
One baptism.
One baptism. There's only one baptism to the Most High. You understand? One way that you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to get clean, not dipping yourself in water in the Christian church. You understand? You dip in yourself in the Christian in water in the Christian church that we here, they're still going to come out of here. LGBTQ, you go inside there and dip, they're still going to come out LGBTQ plus. You understand? The Lord is saying that it have one baptism, one way to get clean. Somebody give me the book of Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 26, Bible Kosha, so that we could understand that way in which we should get clean. You understand? Going into the Christian church and going on mourning ground for how much days, that is not going to get the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man clean. The Lord is saying there's one baptism. You understand? Go ahead.
The book of Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 26.
Go ahead.
That he,
That who?
that he,
That you so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, go ahead.
might sanctify,
Might who?
might sanctify,
And
and cleanse it,
who?
and cleanse it
And be cleansed, go ahead.
with the washing of the water by the word.
By the washing of the water by the word. That is how the so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man is going to get clean. You understand? By following the laws, commandments, and statutes that the Most High have laid for you, so-called black man. You have no other way for you to get clean. You understand? Once you come into this knowledge of the truth, this is what you're going to get you clean, so-called black man. Right? Drop that and roll over to Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 5, Babakosha. Because of course, our people have to understand, right? In this time, we need to really examine the Christian church with the things that are feeding black people. You understand? With the things that are giving us and saying that, you know, the laws of God is done away with and what were some other things that the Christian church saying there again? The laws of God done away with. Man can marry man, woman can marry woman. We need to examine the Christian church and also examine the Bible to see if that is true, to see if it's lining up. You understand? Go ahead, go outside your car.
Like I said, God love everybody.
God love everybody. You understand? And we have to come to the realization whereby God does not love everybody. You correct what to say in the upside your car. You understand? We have to examine these things because, of course, we are going to be led astray. Led astray by religious leaders who does not love God, who have no intentions of showing you the true direction in which you are supposed to go, and have no love for the people. You understand? Go ahead.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 9. Lest I be full and
30
deny.
and verse 5. Shut up.
30 and
Yeah,
verse
yeah.
5.
30 and
The
verse
book
5.
of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Every word of the Most High is pure.
Every what?
Every word of the Most High is pure.
You understand? Every word of the Most High is pure. And if you really love the Most High, if you say you love the Most High, believe in the scriptures, and believe in the Bible, every word of the Most High is pure. This is what you have to understand, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. And as we're going to go further, we have to examine the scriptures really and truly to see if we really love God, to see if we're really willing to follow the things of the Most High. For example, when the Lord says, don't eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, we say we love God. Scriptures let you know every word of the Most High is pure. But are we willing to follow what the Most High laid out for us? Or are we going to tweak and turn it in a direction whereby we want to pacify ourselves or pacify a friend or just make somebody feel good? Words of the Most High pure. You understand? So when the Lord said man should not sleep with man, that is right. Man should not be sleeping with man. Words of the Most High pure. Don't eat pork. When you go into the science of understanding pork, crab, shrimps, you're going to understand these things is bottom feeders of the ocean. These things, crab and shrimp and lobster, is to clean the ocean. That is not for humans to be consuming. The Lord already let you know these things is not food. But when we follow the cultures of the other nations, the East Indians, the Chinese, the Syrians, you understand? The so-called white man who the devil the Bible speaks of. When we follow his culture and their way of life, our people, we have been tied up. And then now when you watch, because you can go around and Google it, we hire in every sickness on the earth right now. Diabetes, hypertension, you understand? And a whole list of books. We hire that black people. You understand? But again, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, this Bible, this is your book, this Bible is true. The words in this Bible is pure. You understand? Go ahead.
He is a shield unto them.
He's a what?
He is a shield unto them.
And what a shield is to so-called black man, a shield is protect. So the words of the Most High is to protect you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Stepping outside of that, you're making yourself vulnerable. You understand? Trying to challenge that, you're making yourself vulnerable. The Lord said this word, so-called black man, is a shield. This is your protection from these things happening there. You understand? Go ahead.
He is a shield unto them.
Yeah,
that put their trust in him.
You understand? He's a shield to them that put their trust in the Most High. And this is what they have to do, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. You have to come now and put your trust in the Most High. Put your trust in the words. Put your trust in the things that your forefathers laid out for you. You understand? Because of course the East Indians doing it. Who's the Elamites in the Bible? They're doing it. They're putting their trust in the things that their forefathers laid out for them. They're putting their trust in their culture and the things that they do. The white man putting his trust in the things that his forefathers laid out for him. Right. But what about you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man? We want to dabble in all different things. Things that does not belong to us. And we do not want to go in this book called the Bible to see what our forefathers left for us, so-called black man. But again, the I.S.U.P.K is here to give you the truth according to the Bible. You understand? To give you that pure word that the scriptures say. Not adding to it, not taking away from it. You understand? All right, give me Proverbs chapter 3, Baba Busha. We'll start at verse 5. You understand? The words of the Most High is pure. We have to understand that. We can't just be going for philosophies or what we think. And I think of some people it's like to run with two. You understand what I ask them? Who teaches the Bible? I teach myself. We call it the Lord teaching me. You understand? I forget his name. I think it was Philip who was under the eunuch from Ethiopia. He said, how should you learn when you see him reading the scriptures? Lest some man should guide you. Learning, you have to have a teacher. So-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. And again, if we say the words are the Most High pure, how could we say that the Lord teaching me? How could we say, you understand, that I teach myself? If he had also be taught, I think it was Paul Peter himself say, follow me even as I follow Christ. He had to be taught too. So once a year you coming back into your culture, into your history, you have to be taught, so-called black man. You have to prove all things and hold fast to that which is good. Scriptures tell that, so-called black man. When you have a read Bible Pusher, it's like a Proverbs. Proverbs, you go start on chapter 3, verse 5. You understand?
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3.
Yeah, Andrea, I seen it. I seen it there. I have to come in the life too. I have to come in the life. I seen it. Right? Don't know.
Yeah, Book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord.
Trust in who?
Trust in the Lord.
Trust in the Lord. This is what we have to do, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. We have no time to trust in no religion. And no man, the oppressor don't doing all kind of things already. And if you watch the captivities of us as a people, you're going to see where all these nations are in all chaos. We have to trust in the Most High, trust in the words that the Most High laid down for us. You understand? Go ahead.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart.
With what?
With all thine heart.
We're not talking about this organ, with all your mind. The Lord said, trust in the Lord with all your mind. Go ahead.
And lean not unto thine own understanding.
And do what?
And lean not unto thine own understanding.
And don't lean, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, to your own understanding. Do not lean on the things that you read and you believe this is how it's going on. In the I.S.U.P.K, we don't operate so. You can't just read something and see, all right, like Lord say, gather yourself together, O nation not desired, right? You come into that scripture just now. You can't just read that and say, oh shit, the Lord say gather, but who you gathering with? You not reading that might want to gather with everybody, but the Lord didn't say to gather with everybody. You understand what I'm saying? So-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. This is very serious. We live in a time, in a very, very serious time. We live in a time where the truth and the Bible we all reading in church and singing and clapping and you're holding the Bible and they're cutting it and you read it. We're actually getting the understanding of what inside here. When you read it, you can see it precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. Where you could realize, but wait now. You were slaves. Wait, became across on slave ships. But wait now. We same people was in Egypt. But wait now. Christ black. Solomon black. All the prophets is black people. You catching what I'm saying? We in that time, so-called black man, but the truth is on the face of the earth. Scripture didn't say the earth is going to every woman, which means things is going to happen. To help so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian man know exactly who they is, without the shadow of a doubt. You understand? That is how serious it is. Go ahead, Officer Michael. You read from the Bible, officer.
Yeah. The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord.
Trust in who?
Trust in the Lord.
This is what we have to do as a people. Trust in the Lord. Trust in the words that the Most High laid for us. Trust in the Lord's commandments and statutes. Go ahead.
With all thine heart.
All your mind. Go ahead.
And lean not unto thy own understanding.
And do not lean, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, to your own understanding. You understand? Yes, sir, as officer, you can't say here, time to gather together blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian man. It's true, it's time for us to gather together as a people and stop leaning onto your own understanding. You understand? Let me go up Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Because it's time for us to understand that. Don't lean onto your own understanding. Don't go by philosophies and baby seats, as the scriptures say. Time for we to walk away from the Christian church. The Christian church is not here to help us. We have to seek our own. We have to gather ourselves together to go and read right now.
Gather yourselves together.
What?
Gather yourselves together.
The Lord is telling you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Anybody can hold the book of Proverbs and hold it at verse 25, right? Yeah, go ahead, you can't take it from the Bible.
Gather yourselves together.
You, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, the Lord is saying, gather yourselves together. Why is the Lord telling you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, gather together? There's many dynamics, but go ahead.
Yea, gather together, O nation, not Israel.
Yea, yes, the Lord is saying, yes. Gather together, you so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Gather together, O nation, not desired. When you look at black people that is scattered through the four corners of the earth, North, Central, and South America, when you look at black people in Trinidad, Tobago, Grenada, all the Caribbean islands, you see that we as a people not desired. And the Lord is telling us, gather ourselves, because there is many benefits of gathering yourself together. You understand? Even when you watch, let me just break it down a little. Even when you watch And black people, when they gather, like they go by your grandmother or your aunt or your uncle on the weekend and all cousins come together. Let's look at this little example. All of you come together, you know, talking, giving different ideas. We do this in school, we do that, we do all different things coming out. So now you go overseer and now could say, well, all right, but we need to improve in this, or this person need to get this, or this person need to do that, or this person need to do the other. You understand? So when everybody leaves, we don't know what it is we're going to do. We don't know we have to accomplish. Lord said, gather yourself together. You just watch that little family structure. Look at it. Look at how it is when black people go to line. When they gather yourself together, just using these small things to show. You understand? Look at how it is when we go to line. And the Lord is telling us, so-called black man, among these nations, you are not desired. Time for you to gather yourself together. When they gather yourself together, that different something happening. And right there is the pinnacle, peak or the star of brother. You understand? Go ahead, observe your car.
Gather yourselves together. Yeah. Gather together, O nation, not desired.
Gather together, O nation, not desired, because you are not desired by all these other nations, so-called black man. And there are plenty black people already know that we are not desired by these other nations. And nations means races in the Bible. We know that. But we don't know what to do. You understand? And the Lord telling us, gather yourself together. Where we're going to gather is in the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General GEN.YAHANNA. I have no other place for you to gather. Gather here. Start to get the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High. Start to get back your culture, your history. Time to go back on the clothing that you're supposed to have, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. The Lord is saying, gather yourself together. Because use that people that is not desired. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Before the decree break forth.
Before the decree break forth, go ahead.
Before the day pass as a child.
Go ahead.
Before the fiery slacking. Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Talking about World War III, so-called black man. We all know World War III on the horizon. Black people, it's time for we to gather together and knowledge all day. The words of the Most High all day. Don't neglect it. Don't say now, next week I go start to, nah. It's time for you to start to function. Time for you to start to see and understand. Wait now, this is what's going on. Run away from the Christian church and the Muslim mosques and all them 7-day Adventists are coming by your door. You understand? Skate in the I.S.U.P.K. Run skating in the I.S.U.P.K. and start to get what the Lord has prepared for you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Give me the program to our shot. You also have to warn.
Come. The book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 25.
I'm going to show you a little example, right? A little example of when Lord said, gather yourself together. This is wisdom here. Go ahead.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 25.
Go ahead.
The ants are a people not strong.
The ants are what?
The ants are a people not strong.
And you're going to see so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. This little example. And understand when the Lord said, gather yourself together, what really happened. The ants are a people not strong. Now look at the condition of black people. Look where we are. Everybody saying something wrong with black people. Everybody know we have no military might, no power, no infrastructure. You understand? I'm using this as a reference to show you. Go ahead. Go ahead, my God.
Yet they prepare meat in the summer.
Yet they do what?
Yet they prepare meat in the summer.
And the Lord telling us as a people, gather yourself together. Reading the book of Proverbs, it's saying the ants are a people not strong. Yet they gather their meat in the summer. Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, it's time for you to gather yourself together and do what the Lord requires of you. Do what the Most High tells you to do, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Because it's not just about coming together. We have things just, let me start with the dietary law. The Lord said, don't eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. And if you want to do homework on that, you're going to see the disasters of pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, and why we're not supposed to be eating that. You're going to see why the Lord saying that is not food for black people. Then you're going to understand, but wait, we have Passover to keep, instead of Christmas and Easter, you understand, and Baptist Day, and all these pagan holidays. Even this we have Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, Feast of Tabernacle. We have a Day of Atonement, that is where we don't eat nothing for 24 hours. You understand? The Lord requires us to do certain things, and then when you start to get more understanding of it, you will see why we just keep these things. It's not just about hey, celebration and party, not just about that. You understand? But we as a people, it's time for us to turn back to our book, which is the Bible. You understand? And make you feel that the Bible is a white man book. That is not a white man book. The Bible was not written by King James. King James was not a white man. You understand? And Christ is not white. Go ahead. Who was reading you up, Michael?
What's 25?
Isaiah 25?
All
right, we will look at that Bible push, all right? Somebody bring me Matthew chapter 15 and verse 8. Bible push, Officer Swap. Yeah, after this one, okay. Yeah. Matthew chapter 15 and verse 8, Bible push.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
This people join nigh unto me with their mouth.
And the Lord is saying to you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, this people, they draw nigh unto me with their mouth. You understand? I love the Lord. The Lord know my heart. The Lord know my mind. The Lord saying, this people draw nigh unto me with their mouth. Go ahead.
And honoreth me with their lips.
And do what?
And honoreth me with their lips.
And they honor the Most High with singing and praise and tambourine and these different things. Go ahead.
But their heart.
But they what?
But their heart.
But they what?
But their heart.
But their mind. Their heart is their mind according to the scriptures. Go ahead.
But their heart is far from me.
But their mind is far from the Most High. They don't want to hear that we have to keep the Passover. They don't want to hear that we have rules to follow. They don't want to hear that you can't eat certain foods. You have to dress a particular way. You understand? They don't want to hear that you have to love your brother. Go ahead.
Verse 9. But in vain do they worship me.
Go ahead.
Teaching for doctrine the commandments of men.
Understand? And the Lord saying in vain they worship me. What does vain mean? Something that has no value. You understand? Something that is worthless. The Lord saying in vain they worship me. Teaching the commandments of men. Teaching things that men say to do. That men value as rules. Not following what the Most High say to do as a people. You understand? And how would you know that you love the Most High? Give me 1 John 2, Bible start at verse 3. How will you know that you really and truly love the Most High? We saying that we honor the Most High with our mouth. We saying, you know, we love the Lord know my heart, the Lord know what I'm going through. We honor the Most High with our mouth, but we mind far from the Lord. But how do we really know that we love the Most High? Everything is right here in the Bible for you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Everything right here for you to understand. But they are not being taught by the people that the Lord say you are supposed to be taught the scriptures. You understand? When you have it, where Bible Michelle?
The book of 1 John, chapter 2 and verse 1. My little children, these
Sarah Street.
The book of 1 John, chapter 2 and verse 3. Yeah. And hereby we do know that we know him.
And this is how we do know that we know the Most High. And hereby, say that again.
And hereby we do know that we know him.
Hereby we say we know the Most High. Go ahead.
If we keep his commandments.
If we do what?
If we keep his commandments.
One more time.
And hereby we do know that we know him.
That's how we know the Most High. Go ahead.
If we keep his commandments.
If we keep the Lord's commandments and statutes of the Most High. This is how we say we know him. This is how we know we love the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 4.
That is it. That is it. I'm obsessed. Right? This part of the class over the precept of the
for Sarah and again,
I'll call them up this Lord.
you know, what the brother bringing out is a reminder as well to brothers and sisters, and this is why the I.S.U.P.K under command in General Yahanna is the home of the truth. It is the home where blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, will find that place of restitute. That we find true brotherhood, we find true sisterhood, and as we continue to bring these reminders, as we continue to remind our brothers and sisters how important it is, and how important these records is, especially for us today as a people. This is why these are reminders unto us. That's another article to you and Shana. You want to get people to talk about
In the chat.
No. And again, as we look and we see the current condition that taking place right now in the country, and again, our brothers and sisters, again, and I would say the majority of our brothers, is, as we say, in warfare this time. And that warfare is, where we supposed to be, coming together, just as the brother brought out, gathering together, we are warring against one another. These is things that you can go back and you can read. That same spirit that we had on us in Egypt is the same spirit that we have on us today in the land of our captivity. And when we look at our condition today, right now in Trinidad and Tobago, brothers and sisters, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, and again, we keep coming up against one another. We keep, unaliving one another. And this is why, again, it's so important that we as a people and as a nation, we must come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. We must come back to these records, because why? It is important to us today. It is important that with all these laws, statutes, and commandments, black crime will continue. As we say, we'll continue to be unaliving one another. We continue to, molest, our brothers' wives, children will fall victims of these, abuse, because of why? Because of not following these laws, statutes, and commandments, and taking up the customs and cultures of these other nations. Right? And I'll get the answer. You will act you publish.
Even brother of GEN.YAHANNA is held back by police officers yesterday afternoon when he came to view the body.
So like that's really the headline publisher. Right? We read it out of the right?
Daily Express.
Right.
Killers feeling confident from snatching bags, murder.
Right, and again, this is headline. This is headline. Right now, what day is the date?
March 8th.
March 8th, 2024. So now, this is headlines. Imagine this, we 2024. And look at what is taking place. Right? Killers feeling confident from snatching bags to murder. Go ahead, Dr. Michelle.
Grieving brother, the brother of GEN.YAHANNA, is held back by police officer yesterday afternoon when he came to view the body after he had been gunned down at the corner of Luke and Charlotte Street in Florida State.
Right, so now this is just, as you say, the brother of the victim came to see his brother unalive and to see that body on the ground. Right? Continue.
When GEN.YAHANNA was shot and killed on Charlotte Street on Tuesday, he was selling water to provide for his younger siblings.
Right? So now, look at what's taking place right now. As we say, this brother selling water in the sense that what we would say to make ends meet, to make provision for his, as we say, for his younger, brothers and sisters. Right? Continue.
His killing has since chilled down the spine of other vendors who knew him and has left some who shop on the diverse Charlotte Street shaken.
Right? So now it's like you amongst, as we say, brothers and sisters, and for some reason, what we say, your life has been taken. Now it's like everybody, like how we say, wait, boy, you're a good one, boy, you're a good one, gone. And next, good one, gone. And reading the article now, and as the brother read, you see, that this brother had, a reputation. Because now, the light that they are shedding, again, you would see other people, as you say, with some other people or some, they make mention now, a good for nothing, but they are shedding, a different type of light on this brother. Right? Go ahead.
Emotional and angry at the prison and senseless killing.
Right? Go ahead.
The president of Charlotte Street Vendors Association, Crystal Daniel, said with 2 murders back to back, the situation is worrying.
So now, we see it had one before, and this is a second one. So it's back to back. It's back to back. Right? Go ahead.
The politicians and the religious group are too quiet.
The who?
The politicians and the religious religious groups are too quiet.
Right? So now, these supposed to be, as we say, our leaders of the day. These supposed to be our leaders of the day. Now, when things like this happen, now you see who would be to the forefront? Because why? These are the institutions that, people on a whole would look for that place, as we say, of counsel, of right counsel, and it shows you that this, as we say, this that is set up, or these organizations that is set up, it failed. Because why? There's no righteousness in it. Because now the people then, as we say, the people looking for a solution towards, the problem or towards the situation that keep reoccurring. Because now a murder happened, let me say, back to back, double murder back to back, on the same street. Now the solution or the cry from the people is, hey, we want a solution. Give me a solution, as we say, to resolve this issue or to resolve this problem. And this is what the people is asking. Yeah? Go ahead.
There were 2 consecutive murders back to back. Last Saturday was a murder, and this week was another murder in broad daylight, she said.
Right? This one, as we say, women, children, the old, commuters moving, as you say, or people moving, transversing to and fro, broad daylight. Imagine, again, your 10-year-old, your 11-year-old, your 5-year-old, your 12-year-old, your teenager, being a witness in seeing this. The drama or the traumatism that will take place to this young child, woman, old, young, seeing this taking place. And the question is asked to the, as you say, where is the politician? Where is the religious leaders? And this is why, again, in the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA, we remind brothers and sisters, as we say, to remove yourself or come out from the Christian church. Because religion is man-made. This was set up to do what? To keep you or to keep us as a people and as a nation in servitude. Because why? By moving or as we say, following after the customs and cultures of these other nations, this is the condition that we'll be unaliving one another. And when we have a book or a history rich in culture, rich in history, rich in, as we say, in solutions, in fixing each and every problem in the Black, Latino, and Native community. And now look, we're reading in 2024 about a brother who was unalive in broad daylight and had a murder just recent, back to back, on the same street. Right? Go ahead.
She added that this situation bothers me.
It what?
This situation bothers me.
So now it should be a concern. And if, as again, is a religious leader or politicians, and you're reading this article, then it should spark something within you. But if you don't have a heart or you don't have compassion, and a lot of people look at and hear the word heart, yeah, the scriptures identify the heart as your mind, because now this is how we, as you say, a thought process we process, as you say, in reading or seeing situations reoccurring. And it goes to show that these religious leaders and these politicians have no heart. They have no compassion towards the people. Because why? They themselves don't know, even know how to resolve the situation. Because why? They continue to sell dreams and to sell lies. And this is why, again, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians must come. As the scripture says, as it says, high time that we wake up out of sleep. And stop going or depending on these religious organizations. Because why? This is the end result. This is what will take place, or this is what will happen again in the unaliving of our brothers and sisters. Again, without these records and without righteous black men teaching us these records, you notice I didn't just say a black man. This man must be right in good standing, because now it have in our records, it have the criteria to meet. And this is why we say Commander General Yahanna is the oldest man, or the oldest brother, the oldest black man with that rank and that authority. Because why? We can read about it in our records. Where the Most High God always, as you say, is not the author of confusion. And in the Christian church or in religion, it has confusion. In politics, it has confusion. And now the people turn towards these institutions, but the end result, it will continue to confuse them, or it will continue to have them in a disarray mindset. And this is why it's so important. And when we say, hey, brothers and sisters, hey, come to class. Why we say come to class? Because now this is not the place that, as you say, you would sing, jump, dance, and beat tambourine, and at the end of the day, when you leave off here, you leave off without any understanding. Or you leave off with a feeling. And you move more emotional, and more, as you say, as the men get more effeminate, the women get more emotional. And this is why, again, without us coming back to these records, and notice the Most High God is doing something right now in it. He's waking up, as we say, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indian, or black people. He's waking us up to this truth. Because why? That time is drawing close, and prophecy, as we say, is continuing to be fulfilled. There were some that were fulfilled, and some will be, as we say, the fulfillment will continue. As we see these days come down. Right? Go ahead, Baba Kasha.
She added, this situation bothers me. It is worrying to see that this young fella was doing something positive, not just for himself, but because of his little brother and sister. And it because of the particular community you come from that they kill you.
Right? So you see? So now automatically we already being stigmatized, or we are already being, as we say, put on, as we say, on our frame. So now it's like, hey, when you see this picture or when you see this image, go on defense mode at one time. This is these other nations. And this is not, as we say, the same thing that is taking place throughout, where these 12 tribes reside, is the same thing taking place, as we say, right here in Trinidad. Look at Haiti. Look at our brothers, as we say, the tribe of Levi, what is taking place. And neighboring with, as we say, with our brother Simeon. Look at what is taking place. Look at what is taking place, as we say, with our Venezuelan or our Asharite brothers. again, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, it's high time that we should wake up out of sleep. And how are we going to wake up out of sleep? By doing what? By coming back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, by coming back to our records, coming back to our history, coming back again in knowing that we are the people who are supposed to be running this earth, running this society, because as our record says, this world was created, or this world was created for all sakes. Because why? The Most High God has a reputation, and He chooses our people to uphold our reputation. And we are our people, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. And the name that we are called by today, as we say, are the Israelites. This is not religion. This is a nation of people. This is a people that serve under the hands of each and every one of our oppressors, by name biblically. And this captivity is the captivity, as we say, or the worst captivity, or the captivity that we didn't even have the opportunity in embracing our identity. Because why? Our, as we say, our arch rival, or as we say, our enemies, as the scripture identified them, or Esau or Edom, he took the opportunity and embraced it. And this is why Revelation 2:9 say they say they are Jews, but they are not. But they are the synagogue, as we say, or the chief house of Satan. These chief house are deceivers, and they continue to deceive who? Us as our people, and even by extension the earth, the world. And this is why, again, what we see going on right now, as we say, in Gaza and Israel, know this is the Lord stirring up that spirit. We see going on in Ukraine and Russia, this is the Lord stirring up that spirit. Because why? It's that time. And He said, these are, every nation is going to cleave to their own. And this is why we tell them, brothers and sisters, hey, it's time to cleave to their own. It's time to come back. It's time that, as the scripture says, it's time for us to gather together. It's time for us to wake up and come back to our heritage, our culture. Right? Go ahead, Bishop.
There are so many black young fellas wasting so much time, and too many of them are involved in senseless killing.
So you see, why did they say there's so many, as we say, East Indian, Chinese, white? One time automatically they highlighted something. And this is why now again, in the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA, we will highlight something as well to our brothers and sisters and let them know that, hey, that these records belong to us. And our way out in as we say, in being mentally free is to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because now our mind is still entrapped in a system or society that will continue to embrace or abuse us by any ways and means. Whether it be unaliving, whether it be, in slavery, whether it be, in any form, or as we say, are there, let me say, structure in their society to build off of the back of us, just as, when we was in Egypt, where, he took away that as you say, the Egyptian took away, the as you say, the raw material, and we have also go and find that material to make brick. Again, it's time that us as a people and a nation should pay attention and take heed to what is taking place. And again, this is why these reminders is being brought out. And again, if brothers and sisters, live, as we say, in Trinidad and Tobago, the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA has that place, as we say, of that safe haven where you can come and you can get the truth. And this is why, again, our location, and as the brother keep highlighting, is it, Morris Street 3.14. Again, there's a number on the as you see, on the page. You can go up on Google Maps and you can Google the school, I.S.U.P.K Trinidad and Tobago, and you'll find the location. And this is why, again, this is important. To find yourself in that place or that safe haven, where the Lord provides, where Commanding General YAHANNA continue to work, continue to labor on, and continue to do what? Spread this, as we say, this truth throughout the four corners of the earth, has been commissioned by our King Yahweh to raise up soldiers, to raise up, righteous women, to raise up righteous children, and to prepare them for the time that is to come. And this is the time that that time of preparation. And the time that we know is the time that, when we fish, and that fishing process is remind you, just as our King said, remind your brother as yourself. Because he did that same thing. When he meet up with these, as we say, these brothers, as we say, as the scripture calls them apostles, he reminded them. Because why? We lack something. And when we lack something, there's always a reminder to us. Any right and true brother would remind you. And this is why, again, in the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA, you'll find that spirit. The spirit of the Most High and Christ. That one spirit that has been passed on. Right? Go ahead.
And too many of them are involved in senseless killing, all because someone is not from your area, she said.
Right? So because somebody not from your area. And this is something that keep on reoccurring right here in Trinidad. Keep on reoccurring. And there's a solution to this, because why? The Most High God always reminded us that we were separate people. But because of the culture and because of, as we say, religion, we take up the ways, as we say, of these other nations. And when we start to dress and clothe ourselves in like-mind of them, this is the end result. This is the end result. We will be arch rivalry to one another. We unalive one another. Go ahead.
The Express visited Tyler Street on Wednesday, and it was business as usual at the lower end. However, upper Tyler Street, where the killing occurred, where a brutal was stopped.
Right, go ahead.
A food vendor who said food from a van on Upper Charlotte Street moved meters from where Diaz was killed, said he was not willing to speak to the media. He was visible, shaken, and emotional about the killing.
Right. So now, go ahead.
Do not ask me anything. Who had asked the police commissioner or asked the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley? Do not ask me one single thing about nothing. This killing is too ridiculous. All of you are asking the wrong people these questions, the vendor said.
Right? So you see the response? This is the response of that individual. Because now it's like you're looking for a solution towards the problem. And now the solution towards the problem, instead of you turn to the leaders, now you turn to the people. You are solution. This is why, again, the Most High God always had that structure and that order. And without following that structure and that order, we have a society right now where, as we say, in chaos. Here in Trinidad and Tobago, throughout, as we say, the North, South, and Central America, chaos because of that structure. Because now what taking place? A lot of, our people remove, as we say, a lot of our men remove themselves from being that head or that head over the group. A lot of our men, remove themselves from, again, being instructed under righteous black men and take up customs and culture that will pacify their ways. To do what they say, where them see or fit is right. And we'll always say that, hey, their personal relationship is with God. And without that structure, it shows you that structure. In 1 Corinthians 11:3, that structure never changed. And this is why, again, our people must come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? So, with that, give me the book of Hebrews, chapter 1 and verse 1. Bible Bishop.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 1 and verse 1. God, who at sundry times, in diverse manners, spake in times past unto the fathers by the prophets.
Right? And this is, again, is recorded in our records. Because a lot of people with their philosophy and their doctrine, they always say that the Lord comes. No. The Lord have messengers. And his messengers, again, are the angels, the angelic hosts. And again, these things could be read about in our records. Right? And this is why you say that God, who in sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. And why? Because these men would do what? Would bring that reminder to the people or to the nation.
Go ahead. Verse 2. Hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things.
Right. Go ahead.
By whom also he made the world.
Right. And why? Because who is going to rule these worlds? See that again, it has an S on the end. So now this whole world, as we say, all the world is being run by who? Right now, at present, by our oppressor. But know this, the Most High God is sending again our King, GEN.YAHANNA, Jesus Christ, to do what? To run again the entire earth. And this is why, again, these are reminders unto us. These are reminders to blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Right? Amen. Go to John. Look at John chapter 3, and we'll start at verse 1. And we're going to read about something. And this is a reminder unto us as a people and as a nation.
John chapter 3 and verse 1. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. Verse 2. Right. The same came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God, for no man can do these miracles that thou doest except God be with him.
Right, and this is why we say that Commandant General Yahanna is the oldest man with the rank and the authority. Because all that you're seeing here right now, now we can go up on any one of these web pages and you can pull up the I.S.U.P.K. And the way you see, as you say, black men, young, middle-aged, you name it, doing what? The work of the Lord. And who, that they, as you say, this came through, who? A righteous black man. Read over verse 2 from back to Shah.
Verse 2. The same came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God.
Right? Commandant General Yahanna is a teacher. And he comes from, as we say, this is why we say we follow Commandant General Yahanna, because why? He follow Christ. He follow King Yahushua. And Christ taught, as we say, his disciples, and this is why again, this truth, will, as the scripture says, is entrusted or trusted with righteous men. Men that will not turn to the left or turn to the right. Men that will hold this to the end and understand what it means, again, to lay down your life here, brother. These are these men. These are the men that you see on this platform daily, bringing out these records, bringing these reminders. Go ahead.
We know that thou art a teacher come from God, for no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except God be with him.
This is why when when the question was asked, you know, for the answer from the politicians, from the religious leaders, because these men are not men of God. These men need to fall in line, and this is why again we always there's a 90-day, you know, where a brother or sister, you know, will come and shed themselves. For the brother, that 90 days is where you obtain, you know, that name, that Hebrew name, where you shed yourself from the ways that you used to do or follow the customs and culture in this society. And start to do or renew yourself or relearn. Because why? This society had do what? And enslaved our mind. From, as we say, from our grandparents, from our parents come down. And that spirit, the only way that spirit will be broken is through these records, by saying them under righteous black men. And this is why again, Commandant General Yahanna is that man. This is why the scripture said the Most High God is not the author of confusion. And this is why we see all these, as we say, these religious organizations or these fake, you know, groups that was in the school, as we say, left. And this is why they did examples. These are examples for us. Because now the same thing we read and the same thing we see happening right now. Right now. Go ahead.
Done. Verse 3. Jesus answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God.
Right, and now he is replying to the brother, because now remember this is two brothers speaking, two Jews speaking. And his reply was, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom. And because of religion and because, as we say, you know, they would read this, and you know, will have that same mindset, just like, you know, this brother asking this question. And this is why you see a typical example of us being in the world and not in the truth. And this is who we're reading about. This brother is in the world. Because now, why? He served under who? Under our oppressor. With their ways and their custom. And in order for he to get a full understanding, a righteous black man must teach him. And this is what our king is doing. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Nicodemus said unto him, how can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb?
And this is a question that any, you know, as we say, Black, Latino, Native Indian man would answer. Because of why? Because of over 400 years of oppression, over 400 years of servitude. We will ask our brother, hey, where is your nationality? Where is your identity? And the first thing they would say is, as we say, they will call or identify themselves, the place or the country that they will reside in. For example, you ask about, hey, what's your nationality as a Trinidadian? He's a citizen of Trinidad, but I know your nationality. You ask, as you say, are East Indian or Chinese? They would say, this is who they are, East Indian or Chinese. And by the citizen of Trinidad. Because why? They were brought up in knowing who they are. We were brought up in a society, rob, pillage, beat, lynch our forefathers. Beat to the mindset that we say, just as say, we're out. So now the place that, as you say, the country where we reside, we will identify ourselves as that. We call ourselves by name that our slave master gave us. Mexican, Guatemalan, Trinidadian, Jamaican, Haitian. This is how we identify ourselves. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Jesus answered, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of God.
Religion will hear this. And one time, they say, let me dip you, or come and go under the water. This is how you'll be born again. But just as you know, again, the book of Ephesians 5:26, it explains to that. By the washing of the water, by the word. Grab that from the Bible, so you can see that this is not literal water we're talking about, because now we're having a conversation, as you say, a black conversation. Just as we talk as black people. So now we ask, you know, and our king explained to him, this is how, you know, a man will be born, right? But should I look up those five months? So we just grab Ephesians 5.
Jesus answered, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven.
And not just water, but when you receive that water now, your spirit, that vibe, your whole mindset. This is how you will understand who you are, as you say, or who you is today in society. Anybody at Ephesians 5:26?
Come, the book of Ephesians, chapter 5:26. That he might sanctify and cleanse with the washing of water by the word.
Right. And you see how it says, sanctify and cleanse. Look, a lot of people say, like black people don't coming together. That's a lie. That's a lie. You know why that's a lie? The example is in the I.S.U.P.K under command of GEN.YAHANNA. You know why that's a lie? Over 55 years now, the I.S.U.P.K under command of GEN.YAHANNA has been hosting. You know, this year will be 55. 55th annual Passover. And when you look who you see, black people, and when I say black people, we talk about the 12 tribes. So when, as we say, this society or this world say the black people are coming together, like that, we learn it like that. And this is why again the I.S.U.P.K under command of GEN.YAHANNA is going to be hosting the 55th annual Passover in Durham, North Carolina this year. April 20th. I understand that black people does come, black people together. Black people together. So anybody that come and say black people, like black people can't come together is a lie. Black people have been coming together for over 55 years now. In the spirit, by the washing of the water, by the word. Under righteous black men, this truth has been taught. Men in that spirit, and this is why when we read the article and we see, you know, as again considering that this brother, you know, being unalive, and it had a part in the article where you see that how his mother, you know, she had, you know, a young sibling and she died of cancer. And this brother now took up that mantle to take care of that child or his young sibling in the article. We didn't read that. In the article. And this is why again it's important for us as a people to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. To come back to our heritage. Because why? Or King Yahushua had set, as you say, that standard, or as you say, raise the bar. Because these laws are not done away with. These, as you say, these customs, these ways are not done away with. But have understanding behind everything. And this is what he came and he taught. And this is why again, Black, Latino, and Native Indian can come together in the I.S.U.P.K under command of GEN.YAHANNA. Because why? As we say, as we read before, that man must have that spirit on him. And except he come from God, then you won't see that. You would never see that. You would never see the 12 tribes or these, as we say, these 12 brothers or this family come back together, or this nation come back together. You would never see that. And this is why again, we tell brothers and sisters, hey, call the number. Come to class. You know, as you say, type in your questions. Because why? This is the spirit that was passed down. The spirit that brotherhood. The spirit, or as we say, of King Bigman said on these two and all the laws and the commandments. And the prophets. When the prophets speak, this will bring everything to fulfillment. Because now they didn't speak nothing that there wasn't commissioned to do. The instruction passed straight down, and we say, thou one spirit, passed straight down. And this is why again, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians must come together. Right? We don't know a little more about the show. Who was that? Who were reading that? Yeah, verse 6.
The book of John, chapter 3 and verse 6. That which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the spirit is spirit.
Right. Because now we see, as you see, what taking place. Brother shaking, as you see in the article, they even know what to do, as you say. It's senseless. It's senseless. Because now, to unalive your brother, for what? For territory, different area that we live in, it's senseless. Because why? This is something that the flesh so. This is something that our oppressors taught us. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Marvel not that I said, marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again.
And why he was surprised? Because now, just like how when we talk, as you see, we conversing with brothers in, as you say, in the world, and the reply towards, someone, as you say, the question that been asked, it will be not straight, because we were like that. Coming out, as you say, out our place or our society that entrap our mind. Now we speak the free men. Men, mind that is free, that will speak the truth. And this is why, as I say in John 8:32, we say, when you know the truth, this is what will make you free. This is what will make you a free man, a free woman. Because you will speak free. You understand? Look at the example of these, as you say, at the other nation. They will move free because they follow the custom and the culture. They will dress freely. But from the time a black, Latino, Native Indian man started, as you say, dressed, as you say, freely, now the eye that they have is knowing one thing. Just like we, as you say in the book, when we read back. I believe it's where the heathen say that, hey, if these people and them following, as you say, the ways of the God, don't go up against them. Because I know when the seaweed start to dress, or start to, as you say, have on that spirit, just as our forefathers did, know this, hey, we had to refrain ourselves. And this is why I feel it's so important that we should come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. To come back to these records. Again, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. It's time that we should wake up out of sleep. It's time. Because why? Now we have, as I say, most High God is doing something now. As I say, the earth will help the woman. We in this time, as I say, in time of internet. Where everything is just, as you say, across the bubble. Now the Most High God is using, as you say, the technology that the oppressor claimed to have hold on to do what? To send this message. Or send this truth through all the four corners of the earth. And this is why, again, we have schools in North, South, and Central America, in the UK. We have brothers speaking in different languages. Just as we have been seen or spoken about in the records on that time. Again, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. This is our truth. These records is our history. This is as Scripture said, this will be our stability in these last days. This is what will keep us. And just by being, as we say, gathering together under that spirit of our King GEN.YAHANNA, of the Most High GEN.YAHANNA, under command of GEN.YAHANNA, is going, as we say, will give us that sense of rest. Give us that sense of rest. And as we say, we had to continue on in the fighting for truth. Fighting to keep, as we say, to bring this reminder out. And raise up, as we say, righteous children. These children will be what, as we say, the future. Just like how each and every nation has children for their future, our children is our future, our heritage. This truth is with the past, but I say train them up in this way. Not like a religion teacher, because now they're going to know who they are. 400 years past, now the Most High God, as you say, bring the truth back. Now we're telling children, hey, this is your identity, it's an Israelite. This is your heritage, this is your culture. Because why? Our King Yahushua brought that understanding and raised righteous black men to do the same and commissioned them to do the same. And this is why now when we read in John 3 and we go down and we go further down, you're going to see the example of a righteous black man bringing the reminder to a brother that was, lost in the society. And just like each and every brother that was lost in the society, he did what? He brought the understanding and break it down in detail with explanation that we know today can have the entirety of our records to do what? The same. And this is why again, this truth will always be handed or entrusted with the righteous black men under the Most High, under our King Yahushua. Not with men that will do what? When the question asked, you can't see the politician, you can't see the religious leaders. It have an answer for that. And this is why again, in the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA, there is the answer, there's a solution to every and any problem. What could fix in the black, Latino, and Native Indian community? Again, these are reminders unto us. These are reminders unto us. Right? Again, we invite or we remind brothers and sisters to go up on these pages on every platform on social media to like and subscribe and share the classes and them. Whether it be in Trinidad, whether it be Jamaica, whether it be in DC, whether it be in Harlem, New York, whether it be in the UK. Go up on all the pages in Houston, in Austin, as we say in Boston, in North Carolina, South Carolina. These are schools. Chicago, Indianapolis, Minnesota. Go on these pages and share the classes on them, because there's brothers and sisters. This truth must go out and will continue to go out. Because why? Righteous black men have been commissioned to do this under a righteous black leader. Not two or three, under a righteous black, this singular, which is Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA. Right? Again, the Lord's 55th annual Passover, Durham, North Carolina, April 20th. Again, get with the camp leader, get with the man over the school. Any details or anything need to be known, shoot that call, make that call. Again, our location right now is in Morris Street, Point Fortin. Again, here in Trinidad and Tobago, the Lord had prepared a place for that same people, for brothers and sisters. So don't look at, you might be in North or whatever. The Most High God will always prepare that, whatever is needed for you to, as we say, or wake up that spirit to find the location. And this is why, again, when you look inside here, you will see men that are upright. You will see sisters that is in submission under under their husbands. Righteous black women, righteous, as we see, sisters. And black man leading with that masculine spirit. Again, join us again every Monday night, here in Trinidad, where we continue to bring this truth out in Point Fortin, in the location provided by the Most High Christ under Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA, where black people, Hispanic people, and Native Indian people can come and work. With that, pass the class to Priest and Officer SHALAM.
Security announcement. We at I.S.U.P.K out of 123,000 we are under commanding General Yohanna. No rules of brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limit for 6 months. They are here to be excluded only. They are here to shed themselves of the rules. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a peculiar person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to another brother or sister. There's another 6 months which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Besides, which is the commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. We said in Hebrew, one of the Maishar, 10% of every penny and increase the Lord gives you the treasury department or teacher preach fund. Period offering for free, non-mandatory. Whatever amount you like to give. Upcoming holy convocation, that will be the Passover. That will be the 14th day of the first month. That will be Saturday, April 20th, 2024. You can find this in Exodus chapter 12, verse 1 to 51, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 4 to 5, 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7 to 8, and 2 Chronicles chapter 50, verse 17. Reminder of Cameron Aquatem to check on social media such as I.S.U.P.K, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If your brother wants to be a superintendent student, then you need to start wearing what black, which includes black boots, like shirt, like pants, like headband or scarf. So that means I imagine, sir, Madam Akodom, and John face the east. When say Lord pray people, Abanawa, Sebastian Mayo, Kodash,
being the your Father, the heaven, thy name, thy power, thy kingdom come, thy be done, on earth, as it is in heaven, give us this day, daily bread, give us our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Sir, let's get a teacher one quickly salute. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak. Let's get sisters online one quickly salute. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak. Yahweh Shabbat.